Welcome to part 4 of the Modulus calculator. In part 3, we went over a rationale for how we set up this object class. And we also performed some upgrades. I never compiled this. So let's compile it and first see if we just make sure we crank out any obvious errors before we test this out. Yes, today we're going to test out one of the methods, make sure that it's working before we iterate and do the rest of the methods. So hopefully this will be fun. Let's control B in Sublime if it's set up correctly. We'll compile this, and we have errors. Okay, so line 133 looks probably just a concatenation error. This expression, oh, quite a long, nasty one. So let me pull this into a wide screen so that I can see the entire line of code, and I'll be back. So again, I am sure that I'm catching up to you, but there was a plus sign somewhere around here that was missing. So I wasn't concatenating correctly. So let's do another compile. I fixed that, and now we have missing return statements. Line 89, those are going to be patterns of statements. Those are our setters. Okay, so all of these setters should be void because we're just setting. There are no returns. This is no doubt from when I copied and paste this code here. This will be void and again void. Okay. Looks like we're good, yes, because when it compiles successfully in Sublime, I will get this. So we are ready to create a test class and to test this. Keep this video nice and short. We will need the name of this class, new file. We'll call it public class tester, Modulus calculator tester. We will give it scope. And we're going to need some header comments. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we'll do like some people and add the header comments in later. I thought I would copy and paste them to keep this moving. Let's come back to it. Let's go with the main method. Public static void main string args. There we go. Give the main method scope. Okay, we will need an import statement. We're going to build this by way of user input. We're just going to test the basic modulus calculator, where all we need are 2 inputs, and it's going to bring back the remainder value. So we need something called scanner class, an import statement. Let's see, I have that laying around somewhere. I'm going to copy it and bring it over. Paste there. This will get you the code that you need in order to have Java Virtual Machine acknowledge your input statements. And we're going to say, we're going to introduce the program, system.out.println, welcome to the great modulo calculator. And let's go. We will need blank lines. You can use escape sequences for your blank lines as well. And let's explain that the calculator works by inputting 2 numbers. Yeah. We are excited about that, and we are missing code. Yes. This keyword is blue. This was blue because this is an actual keyword that Java acknowledges. I still have something wrong. There we go. And so, yeah, let's input the first number, get the first number input. We will need to make some declarations. Let's make some string declarations. No, some double declarations to hold our input values. And again, and now we are ready for some input statements. Let's go with, well, we need more code. We need a scanner class method up here. We need to open up an input. Let's borrow some scanner class code. What this does, this creates a new scanner object and initializes the scanner object for system input. Okay, so it's now in IN is ready to use, and you can name IN as you wish. So we are going to go with input equals n.next double, or n equals, I'm sorry, we need a holder for that. We need a string holder. The two numbers in a modulus, in modulus arithmetic. Maybe I have that written down somewhere. I probably do. Let's go. Let's comment those out. Let's try using those here to capture the input for the first number and second number. Double number 1 equals n dot, that's the scanner object, next we want a double, and then we want to capture an additional user input for number 2. Now we are ready to create an instance of the object. Okay, then the object will hold and will be created, will be born with the data from the user input. So we need a new modulo calculator here up top. We're going to copy and paste. We're going to go modulo calculator. We need a name, since this is modulus, just regular modulus. Yeah, for now. Equals new modulus calculator. And will be born with double number 1 and double number 2. Now notice how that matches up with this constructor. This constructor is waiting on 2 doubles and will immediately dump that data off to the private instance variables, so that we can keep reusing variables over and over again. remember, yeah, now is a good time to save this file. We want to save it in the same place as the Modulus calculator. Oh, we really need this in its own folder. We really do. Now that if I resave it, it's going to have two separate copies in two different places. Still better off. And this is going to be Modulus calculator.java. And the other one will be Modulus calculator tester.java. Okay. Now we have our new object. We're going to call the method that we need to call. So we need to take Modulus. We need a placeholder. The method that we're going to call first is this method. We're going to test this first method. It's going to finish with expression 1. And expression 1 needs to be a double. Our set expression, our set method needs to be a double. We need to check our accessor method. Our accessor method will allow us to obtain the expression. No, the expression, let's backtrack. The expression allows us to write a string representation of whatever the arithmetic ends up being. Okay, right there. We need to go, we need to get answer. We need to grab answer 1. Okay, this expression is going to allow us to print out the expression in a string format. Sorry about that. We need answer 1. So we'll grab answer 1 by, well, first we need to call this method. So we need to call it on the object. So we have Modulus dot, and we want the okay. We need a placeholder. Okay. We call the method. You know what? We call the method, and that sets the answer, then we need to print the answer using the get method. Print as we're going to use this get method. Because after we run the method call, we should be able to get that answer. And let's see. We may need to go class notation, modulus calculator. Dot get answer 1. Let's concatenate just in case. Let's see what happens when we compile this. From line 20, dot class expected, semicolon expected. Let's try removing the types. And let's recompile. Okay, I think we're getting a little. Let's get rid of the dot notation. Missing return statement 97 and 101. Was that one of the lines of code that I changed and did not change back? 97. These are set methods. Yeah, they should still be void. So these were okay to make void. It was these up here that were not okay to make void. Okay. Here we have, this thing is ready to go. Welcome to the great modulo calculator. This calculator works by inputting two numbers in order to find the remaining value. Input the first number. How about please, right? Please input the first number. And we need also for the second number. Well, let's do a space. Okay. think that's going to be much better. Let's get another space going, because we're going to have output on the way. There we go. Going to have the results. We don't want. We need a space between the results. So first of all, let's save this thing. Let's run it. Compile. There must be a setting to stop the run window from going over to my other screen. Input the first number. Well, let's do 9 modulo 2, right? Which should be 1. Oh, the answer is 1.0. So we're ready to go. Let's just go over what we just did. In particular, a lot of this is easy to understand. You have to have a scanner object to work off of. This creates a user prompt for a double, creates the second user prompt for the double. This creates a new instance of the calculator, a new calculator object ready to go. This calls the method that does the math. We're calling it against the object. Here's our calculator object, and here's the method call using dot notation. And then the answer over here, when this runs, answer 1 will be stored in the accessor method, because remember, it's private data. It's private to the calculator, but using this accessor method, we can access that private data. And of course, we print out the results against the object. We want the answer, to the method call. And voila, that's an explanation, line by line, pretty much, of the tough lines. So I hope that you enjoyed this. When we come back, if I spot any, we will get some header comments up here. I mean, we are just wrong for that. And we're just going to build this puppy out, testing all of the methods and making sure all the methods are returning proper results. Then we'll think about, well, let's just stop right there. We will have to improve the program further. But for the next session, we want to build out this code. We want to replicate this code to test all 4 methods. And it won't be easy as cutting and pasting, but it will be close. Okay, so see you soon.